What's going on, guys? It's been quite a while since I did somewhat of a kind of vlog style of video. It's been quite a long time actually, but I'm going to do one for you today. Today is Saturday, so we are officially 8 days out from the competition, which is really exciting, and the taper has already kind of started, I suppose. This week was my last heavy week on Monday and Wednesday, from which the footage you have both saw from squats, bench and deadlifts, and it went very, very well. And yesterday, you will have already seen the footage, but the footage will be put over, I think, a Q&A, and it's really funny that 80% on squats, which is 228, the first set of 3 felt much heavier and way, way, way worse than the 270 for 3 on Monday, which is always funny. But I mean, that's one thing you need to keep in mind, is that peaking can be and is a bit of a kind of mindfuck. It really does mess up your mind a little bit. It plays a lot of tricks on you, because weights that shouldn't be feeling heavy are feeling heavy, and especially if I'm working with, I always notice when I'm working with athletes that maybe I've never went through a proper peaking phase before, when they're going through it, they just stress out and they're really nervous, and they can't quite comprehend what's going on. And if this is you, or even if you don't work with me but you're going through one, it is normal. I mean, quite frank, honestly, yesterday I felt awful. the 228 was just moving so slow, so awful, but the thing is that it's expected, it's accounted for, and it's meant to feel that way. And it is what it is, but I have pretty much just, the cycle's pretty much done. I've done everything I can do to solidify my third attempts. Still waiting to kind of finalise everything here back from people and just whatnot, just kind of see if what the final third attempts are, but I've pretty much got them, know what I'm going to be hitting, and just very, very excited to get back on the platform. I just cannot wait. And yeah, not much is going to be changing really. Next week there's definitely going to be less videos out, because I'm going to be in England from the Tuesday on. So I'm going to be in England from Tuesday to Monday, so basically I'll have the meet footage up on the Tuesday, so a week next Tuesday, so it'll be on the 3rd. You'll have the meet footage very early on, and next week I'll try and get a few videos sorted for while I'm away in England, just so that, and I'll set them to auto upload. But yeah, and not much else is changing. I have stopped caffeine, so my last time I had caffeine was on Wednesday, so I will have went 10 days without any caffeine, and that is just because I am deloading from caffeine. Because when you go through a cycle and you become quite resistant to it. So basically, I'm going to deload from caffeine, and it only takes about 4 days, from the data that I've read, it only takes you about 4 days for caffeine to, for you to become more sensitive to caffeine again. I'm giving myself a full 10 days, so hopefully on game day, when I've retaken some caffeine, I'm going to get a really, really good benefit from it. And yeah, finishing up this workout, basically working with 80% from now on in. So this again is 80% for 3 sets of 3 on pause triples on pause deadlifts, with then some upper back, and then next week is all just going to be doubles with 80%, and my last workout I believe is going to be Wednesday, so then I'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday off, and then game day will be Sunday. So hopefully come game day I'll have a really, really good super compensation effect, everything will go to plan, and I'll really kind of do myself proud and do you proud, and show everyone what we're made of, and yeah, and that's the plan. So I'm going to get on with today's video, guys. It's going to be just really 3 triples, and then it's going to be some pull-ups, which I will do some commentary over. So basically I want to keep this the bulk of the video. So definitely, yeah, probably won't be any videos of Wednesday's training or Tuesday's training, but there will be a video of Monday's training. So I'll try and get 2 to 3 videos up next week, minimum, and that is the plan. So yeah, this won't be the last time I see you, but I'm very excited and I'm ready, and it's the best my prep has ever went, and I will be lifting at 4 PM, so my weigh-in will be 2 PM, so if you want to watch the live stream, and then the live stream will be, I'll put the live stream in this description box here, and you can watch me at 4 PM, and yeah, so let's go on with today's workout, guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so what you're seeing here is the 3rd last workout before the British Championships, and I also do a 3x3 at 80%, and
it's always really, really good to look back at the footage with working with workloads under these conditions. So for example, kind of the end of the program, so this is where kind of the fatigue is accumulated the absolute highest. You're pretty banged up, and you're also lifting with no caffeine because I have been deloading caffeine, so that on the day I'm much more sensitive to it and get a much better response. And quite frankly, this all felt horrible. All felt very, very slow. The form, my form breakdown was a lot greater than what it is. But actually, watching it back, it all looks really, really good. And that's why I feel that if you're actually going through a proper peaking phase, and you're feeling like this, it may be a very good idea to film yourself, just to actually show yourself that how you feel truly is a lie, and that you're probably performing a lot better than you feel you are. And that is something that I have definitely found to be the case both with myself and pretty much every single athlete I've ever ran a proper peaking phase with. And it definitely does play many tricks in your mind, and I feel that going through a peaking phase is mentally one of the toughest things you can do with regards to being in the gym, as it does just play so many tricks in your mind, and weights that you should be able to do for just ease don't feel like that. But what you need to understand is that, in my opinion, the kind of attitude I tend to have from it is the more fatigue that I've accumulated, the kind of more fatigued I feel, the weaker I feel, the more banged up I feel, the worse I feel, just tends to lead to having a much, much, much greater and much bigger super compensation effect once you taper and dump all the accumulated fatigue. And on game day, you'll be feeling the best you've probably ever felt and performing the best you've probably ever performed, if all goes to plan, and you aren't maybe doing anything ridiculous before, like cutting 3-4 kilos of water in the last week or something like that, but instead you're just doing what you've always done. Then yeah, that is pretty much what should happen. And then again here, I finished up with, I had as many sets as possible of sets of 7 of pull-ups in 12 minutes, and I think I got 6 sets. However, I am only showing you 2, as I didn't want to get too tedious. So this is probably going to be the second last, or maybe the third last video you see before the British. So it's pretty much game time now, guys, and there's nothing left but to do it. So thanks for following along this journey. I really appreciate your support, especially the ones you know who you are, and I'll talk to all of you guys next time.